Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Everything Medicare Podcast. Today is Monday, March 18th, 2019. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And today, I wanted to talk about a genetic testing scam that involves Medicare and Medicare beneficiaries that has been going around. And my goodness, has this been going around. Again, this is the Everything Medicare Podcast, where I am your host, Christian Brindle, where every single week I bring you an episode of a podcast where I talk about your Medicare, your Medicaid, your Social Security, and everything that has to do with that golden age called retirement. Like I said, today we're talking about a genetic testing scam. And the reason why I decided to bring this up is because insurance companies are now starting to speak out against this scam. So basically, over the weekend, I received an email from a couple different major insurance companies that we partner with, warning different partners and people like myself of this scam. Basically, I'm going to read you the description that they say about the scam. About this scam, the scam is occurring in multiple states at a variety of locations, including places like local health fairs, broker offices, convenience stores, grocery stores, and shopping malls. Based on the limited information we know at this time, it appears that some individuals are offering Medicare beneficiaries a cheek swab for genetic testing as part of a free health screening. Beneficiaries are told they just need to provide a cheek swab and their ID card for their Medicare information to receive their test results. Medicare does not pay for these type of genetic prepositions, screenings, tests. Additionally, requesting Medicare member information and or providing it to a lab unnecessarily may potentially result in fraudulent activity. Yeah, it is just as scary as it sounds. And this is not the first time that I have heard about this. This has been something over the last 6 months that's become quite a big topic. And something that you need to watch out for, because these people are fraudulent. They've been recruiting agents, insurance brokers, and insurance brokers that don't. One thing that you can gather from listening to me is that 90+% of insurance brokers are incompetent, folks. I'm sorry to say this, but they are. They're incompetent about what's okay, what's not okay. They're barely more qualified than maybe you are to provide information and advice. So, of course, they're going to fall for a scam like this, which involves, you providing personal information to an illegal scam to provide you a test that is not covered by Medicare, even though they say that it's going to cover by Medicare, and to get a cheek swab. When I've been told, they've been offering to pay agents, as much as $500-$600 per person that they get to do this. Basically, Medicare has come out against this, saying that they will not be covering it, paying for it, and it's a scam. Huge insurance carriers like Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana have done the same. In fact, this email that I'm reading to you is from one of those large carriers. So I'm going to read you this insurance company's stance. I'm not going to tell you which insurance company that it is. Blank's stance. Blank absolutely does not condone or approve of any activities that violate CMS regulations, which CMS, folks, is the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services. Any agents found conducting activities that are prohibited by CMS would face corrective action up to termination of their contract and potential jail time. That's a real thing. So, if you or your agent, has either gotten you to do this or has recommended that you do this, they're participating in a scam, whether they know it or not. Doesn't matter whether they know it or not, folks. It doesn't make a difference. This is a big deal. People are having their identities stolen. People are having basically fraudulent charges on their Medicare and not even knowing it. If your agent has recommended you do this, can him tomorrow. Because any agent, regardless of having Medicare come out and speak out against it, regardless of it being openly exposed as a scam, any person that's working in the insurance industry that can't realize just from the outside layers of this that it's a scam on their own is incompetent. I'm sorry. This is a big deal. This is a serious issue, and I'm going to talk more about it in segment 2. Stay with me. Welcome back, folks, to segment 2 of the Everything Medicare Podcast, and I'm talking about a serious issue today, the genetic testing scam that's been sweeping across the country right now. Watch out for these jokers, watch out for these frauds, and watch out for the gullible agents that fall for it, that make recommendations to you to do it. If you've been recommended to do it and you haven't yet do it, don't. If you have done it, I'd quickly be putting fraud alerts on your credit and all kinds of other things you can do. So I wanted to quickly say that you can report this stuff. You can report your agent. You can report the company. This is how these kind of things get caught, by people like you reporting it. Okay? So you can always make an anonymous call to Alert Line at 1-888-891-8910. Again, 1-888-891-8910, and that's Alert Line. Or you can call Medicare directly and report this kind of stuff, and you need to. This kind of stuff cannot go on. I mean, with all the confusion about Medicare out there, with all of the confusion and just people not knowing what to do about Medicare, what it does, what it doesn't do, not understanding it. A recent study came out and said that 85% of Medicare beneficiaries said that they wish they could understand their Medicare plan better, or Medicare in general. People don't know better than this. Your agent's supposed to. That ding-dong of an agent of yours. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse my French, but it's the truth. This is outrageous. This is ridiculous that agents, it's become such a big problem that Medicare's had to address it. Agents are recommending you to go participate in a scam because of their incompetence and their low levels of understanding. Turn it in. Do not become a part of it. Don't let someone else be fooled by it and taken advantage of. Turn it in. If you're not saving yourself, you're saving somebody else that's in a situation just like you, that maybe just wants more understanding or just doesn't know any better. You trust your agent. Well, you shouldn't if they recommend things like this. This is ridiculous. This is outrageous. On a brighter note, folks, anybody that hadn't noticed, last week we tried an experiment where we brought you a second podcast on a Saturday. And we had great results. So I'm going to continue doing that. And based on your results, it might be a permanent thing, it might not, but I'm going to do it again this Saturday and see how it goes. Like I've told you guys, everybody that listens, you drive the bus here. And you determine what we talk about. You determine what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear. And you determine how many podcasts a week you want. And I'm going to continue with the 2 podcast a week system based off of your positive feedback. So thank you for that. If you come every Monday to listen to the podcast and you didn't know for some reason that we were doing one twice a week and you'd like to listen to the Saturday podcast, you can listen to it anywhere podcasts are listened to, wherever you may be listening to this on. And it was very exciting. I think we did a good job on the podcast. I went over an article that came out about Medicare not covering a physical. And I thought it was a great article, and it was a great topic for me to break into that I think everyone in Medicare needs to know more about. So go listen to it if you haven't already. Folks, there's not a whole lot for me to say about this genetic testing scam. Just, come on. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It sounds like a scam. It's like the IRS calling you up, and the IRS doesn't call people. And you can clearly tell they're from another country. They're not in America. It's one of those. It's such a bad scam, but people are falling for it enough for it need to be addressed. So I thought that it would be appropriate that I address it. Just be careful. If something smells like a duck, sounds like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. This looks, sounds, smells like a scam. It is a scam. It's being called out by Medicare and national insurance carriers as a scam. Don't be a part of it. And if your agent has recommended you take part in it, I would lose all faith and trust in him right away, because he's not qualified to take care of you. Stay with me into segment 3 and we'll wrap this puppy up. And happy Monday once again. Welcome back, folks, to segment 3 of the Everything Medicare Podcast. And we're doing a shorter episode for today. There's not a whole lot for me to say on this that just isn't obvious. Really, it's not. But please be wary. Of any offers of payment in exchange for referrals, for people like you, people on Medicare, for genetic testing and other medical services covered by Medicare. It's a scam. It's a freaking scam. And it's a bad one. Okay? Don't fall part of it. And don't work with an agent who's going to be a part of it, who's going to fall for something, who's going to be so dumb, so incompetent that they'll fall for something like that. It affects you. You rely on this person to provide you information, to educate you, to point you in the right direction, and they're pointing you towards a scam, endangering your privacy, your identity. If that's not a cause for pause, I don't know what is. Folks, I really appreciate you listening. Every single episode we put out, week after week. This is our 40th episode, so this is a big one, big milestone. I never thought when I started this podcast that it would last 40 episodes. I thought, a podcast about Medicare. Who in the world would want to listen to that? And I'm just amazed by everybody that has listened and shown us all the support. And you're just so amazing and incredible. And this podcast is for you. This podcast is to make your life easier. And that's what I think we do here. If you'd like to work with me personally on your Medicare, whether you're on Medicare already and you're not satisfied with what you have, or maybe you just like to see if you could do better, or whether you're turning 65 or getting close to turning 65 and you're just not sure which way to go with your Medicare, I can work with you if you live in Utah, Idaho, or Florida. Those are the 3 states that my company, Christian Brindle Insurance Services, is licensed to work with people in. So if you're in one of those 3 states, call my office at 801-255-5340, 801-255-5340, and ask for Christian. If you're not in one of those 3 states and you're in one of the other 47 other states, pick up my book, Medicare Guidance, on Amazon, $5.50. You'll know more about Medicare than 90% of the population, including most agents. And you'll be more and better equipped to make a good decision for you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Medicare and insurance in general is an investment in you. And you are the greatest asset that you will ever have in this lifetime. In your life, there will never be a better asset that you'll be given than your health, your body, your life. And insurance helps protect that. It's an investment in protecting the greatest asset you'll ever have. It's worth the $5.50. It could save you hundreds, thousands, maybe even tens of thousands in premiums, claims, out of pocket, if you just know what you're doing and you're not blindly taking information from people. There's a lot of frauds, a lot of crooks out there, and you need to find out if you're working with one of them or not. Follow us on your favorite social media, folks. Christian Brindle Insurance Services on Facebook. C_E_Brindle is my Twitter account where I tweet stuff out daily. Instagram, Christian Brindle Insurance. LinkedIn, Christian Brindle. YouTube, Christian Brindle for some of our educational YouTube videos. We love hearing from you. I love hearing from you. Hope you have a fantastic week. Watch out for scams. Don't think before you blindly accept something. And have a great week, and I can't wait to talk to you again on Saturday. Please let us know on social media or by email, christianb@xmission.com, christianb@xmission.com, if you would like a specific topic discussed. Thank you so much, and I will talk with you then.